Hey, 36 Fanatics, Steven here. Have you ever seen your car flash the check coolant level? There it is right there on the onboard computer when you start your car. When you see that, of course, what do? You go up, you raise your hood and open your reservoir. Maybe you see that the coolant level's right at the normal level. There is actually a coolant level sensor in your reservoir that checks to confirm that you have enough coolant in your car. When it gets too low, that check coolant level light comes on. However, they are prone to failure over time. And it actually sits right there at the very bottom of the reservoir. It plugs into the reservoir right there. And here's the new one. I've already bought it. It doesn't really harm anything if your coolant level sensor has gone bad. It doesn't cause a check engine light or anything. Basically, what I like to do this is you're going to pop this screw out and pop this little piece out. And you're going to want to get the coolant out of your reservoir. Normally I've got a siphon for it, but today all I got is a turkey baster, and it works fine. Just get a turkey baster in a bucket. Try and get as much of that old coolant out because it is going to spill out when you remove the sensor. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and pull out this screw, and I'm going to pop this off. And there we go, got that out. So as you can see, it's floating now. But that's not all you gotta do. You also, so you're gonna have clips that hold on your fan shroud to the radiator. Mine, when I did a water coolant upgrade a while ago, I broke them, so I just zip tied it. I mean, it works the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this zip tie. Like I said, you probably got the push. Okay, last but not least, to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to go ahead and pull the windshield wiper container, or the windshield wiper reservoir, which is probably another repair I should do. It's never even worked. I'm pretty sure the pump's bad. So anyways, you got one screw here. Set that there, and you gotta move your smog out of the way. And after that, it just lifts right up. Okay, so I did put a paper towel under here to cover the compressor belt because I'm sure a little bit's gonna spill out. So I went ahead and did that. So the nice thing, this is pretty easy. It's actually, this bolt is hand turnable. So that's pretty nice. You can see some of that coolant starting to come out. And look, see this bit? See these little pieces right here? That's the bobber. Look at it. So it's broken down. That's why it's not working. So just with the mileage and everything, you can see the little pieces. It's just falling apart. Okay, so you can see it's crumbled into little pieces just over time. Wow. So I'm glad it's an easy repair, or I probably wouldn't take the time to do it. Alright, so here's my old one. Here's my new one. As you can see, like I said, that bobber came completely apart. So I'll put in this new one. Okay, so it is a tight fit to get that new one on, but it definitely fits. And you can see the new one inside. So this just has to be hand tightened, and then you want to go ahead and pop back on the wire to it and put everything back together. Pull your coolant back up to the cold line, and then you're going to want to go ahead and bleed the coolant system a little bit. So just leave that bleed screw and the radiator cap off and start the engine and let it bleed out some of that air a bit. Also noticed, if you're doing this job and you see a big crack on the inside of of your expansion tank, that means it's time to replace it. I'm gonna go ahead and order one and probably end up replacing this thing soon. And look at that, no more check coolant level light. Awesome. So that's taking care of that.